I call him special because he's a good friend and also my cousin, and that is Mohammad Abbas Walji. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's really nice to take your time out and coming on the show, and it's just like having like a chat back at mosque, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like having a chat, so it's nice.
Yeah.
So today's topic is work, life, and balance, a positive outlook of our journey in this world. So we've made a few points, and we always talk about these kind of things because it's nice to catch up and kind of let off a bit of steam and talk about work and keeping a life balance, and we kind of bounce off each other, which is really nice because it's nice to share ideas and suggestions and that.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Just want to check the mic is on. Cool, I think the mic is on now. Sorry about that. So, like I said, we always share ideas about work, life, and balance. And the main thing is keeping a balance of everything.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with the first bullet point, and or the first point that we've made together, and that is our priorities in life. So what are our priorities? So we've got obviously work.
Yeah.
Well, first family,
Of course.
family,
Yeah.
and then work, friends, community members,
Yeah, of course.
and so forth. So we've got that. What would you say is your priorities in life?
I would agree. I would say it's like family, friends, community, but I think most important is your health.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're not in good health, then you won't have the capability and energy to help others, such as your family.
Okay.
You won't be able to go to work. You won't be able to do certain things which can impact other people in a
Yeah.
positive way. So I think health is,
Yeah.
I think, one of the most important things.
That's really good one, because I think you added a bit of philosophy in that. You kind of caught me off hook.
Yeah.
Kind of gave me an upper hook, you know.
Upper hook, yeah.
And I was giving you a jab all this time.
Mm.
So yeah. So first one is me, because without us having good health,
Yeah.
we can't concentrate on all these other things, right?
Yeah.
So that's really good. What would you say? So before putting everyone aside, family, work, and friends, and community members, and so forth. When you say about health, how important is that health? What do you mean by that?
It's very important, because if your health is deteriorating, such as, like, I don't mean in the physical health, but more in the mental health side of things.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you've got anxiety, stress, and many other issues mentally,
Yeah.
which sort of slows you down. So I think those things are very important to take care of. So you need to make sure that you're okay first. Make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on your plate and doing too many things at a time.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have me time.
Yeah.
You know, do things which are good for you. Some people may feel or think that it's selfish, but it's not. It's completely fine to do things for yourself and put yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, then, like I said before, you won't be able to help other people. And when you feel good and, you know, you're at your best, then you feel like helping others, you feel like doing more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so mental health as well as physical health obviously is very important. So
Yeah.
just in that sense, I mean.
But people don't like talking about mental health. So that's the
Yeah, it's
thing.
very taboo. Yeah.
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 So
But I think it's coming out more now. Like,
Yeah.
more people are exposed and more people are aware of it. There's a lot of movements going on about it. So, like, people are more aware, and
yeah.
they're exposed to it. So they understand it a lot more than before. So it's improving.
Yeah.
It could be better, but it's a lot better than before.
Yeah. Okay. So you think that people are a bit more open to it, and
Yeah.
do you think people speak about it? Because I know we speak about it.
Yeah, we
You know,
speak
about all the mental health and looking after yourself, and I think you to be honest, it's nice to actually mention radio. You gave me some really good ideas on meditation and positive mindset and some speakers. So thanks for that.
No, it's okay.
So that's a live up on the live thanks to you. So yeah. So these kind of things. Even last week when we had Sister Safura talking about the Lantern Initiative and their work and mental health as well. What would you say personally to kind of me time? What's your me time?
So me time could be anything. It could be maybe going out for a meal with a friend, maybe meditation, even if it's just 10 minutes. Do it at home, use a YouTube video, something like that. Playing a video game.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
For me time, you know?
You know what, cutting you off that, someone actually told me last year or a couple of years ago, when they play video games, they play like this, I don't want to say the wrong video game, but it's like when you're going around and you're killing people and all that. And I shouldn't really be encouraging it because I know some of them have 18. But they said it's really good as a, as a de-stressor, especially if you're married, he said.
No, it is. It's it sort of takes you out of the reality of things and puts you in another world. Yeah. Puts you out of that mind state and you sort of enjoy something else completely different. Yeah. And it does relax you. Like, I find it relaxing at times. Yeah. You know?
What would you personally say is a good game?
Oh, there's a lot of good games, but I like those games where you can travel and go to different areas in the world. Yeah. And just, kill people. Yeah. Basically, yeah. No, but games...
You're saying a bad impression.
Yeah, I know. But I think games are good. Like, they can be quite relaxing. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah. So, like, I mean, I wouldn't say all games are good. Yeah. But the majority of it, they're quite good, yeah.
We're allowed to be big kids sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, Haribo does that as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Being big kids, with the sweets. Have you seen the recent advert where there's adults standing in the lift and they've got like kids' voices?
Oh, yeah. That's cool. That's a good advert.
But it's good. It's okay to be a big kid sometimes as well.
Yeah, of course.
And when the kids see it themselves, they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, my mum's like that. My dad's like that. You know what I mean? That's really nice.
It's like when we don't get food on the table at a certain time, we start screaming and throwing a tantrum. So we are pretty much like kids, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
In a way.
Do you like do that on the table?
Yeah, of course.
Do you?
Yeah.
Still works, yeah?
Yeah, still works.
Okay, cool. So that's really good. Me time, I mentioned this before as well, like going to the gym. You know, when you go to the gym by yourself, you can have a workout and it kind of gives you time to think. You do things at your own pace. Yeah. Some people like going gym with friends, which is also good as well. It's more encouraging and more motivating. Just wanted to pop this out, is that anyone's who's listening, if you have any questions or you want to give us a call, please do. Studio telephone is 01733 602 133, or if you want to text or WhatsApp in 07745 278 978. So, just going back to yourself and self-development, we always talk about self-development. I think it's a topic that both of us like to talk about. Some people I find are not really interested. They just like to get on with it. Yeah. They just want to say, work is work, get on with it, and simple. Yeah. Simple people, get on with it, that's fine. But I think we both have an interest in maybe going one step ahead and becoming a bit closer to our ambitions and goals.
Yeah, of course.
And it's really nice because I personally, even as friends when we go out, even if it mean like going out for dinner or even like catching up when we go for dessert, something simple, it's nice to have that chat. Do you think chatting or talking is a therapy?
Yeah, definitely. Just having a coffee or with a friend, just talking about your day and stuff that's happened at work or day-to-day stuff. Yeah. It is therapeutic. Yeah, definitely.
Because I look at this like, sometimes when I tell you something that's gone wrong or something that's bugged me, I always find that you look at it in a different angle. Yeah. And that's why I really like, talking about you.
Because I'm outside the box.
Exactly.
I'm not in that situation.
Yeah. You're talking.
And likewise with me, if there's something that's happened with me, if I was to tell you, then you look at it at a different angle. Then I think like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. Because you're not in that situation either. Yeah. So we're both outside of the box, Exactly. So that helps.
Definitely. So it's like looking on the looking at a non-biased point of view, isn't it? Yeah, that's really nice. Just before we dwell into like going into self-development and so forth, there's a few things that I want to touch on, and I know before the show, it's about maybe a couple of weeks ago we were discussing this, and it's going to come later on in the questions. So one of them we're going to jump on to, if you look, we were talking about escaping from our problems, and you mentioned that, and I said to you that make sure you please mention that on the radio itself when you come on. When you say escaping from our problems, a lot of people do that. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it. Some people want to escape, they don't want to face reality and that. But do you want to just dwell a bit more into that? How do you find that some people escape from the problems?
Let me think. Maybe they just eat, like when they get stressed,
Yeah,
you just feel like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll just have some comfort food,
yeah,
like takeaway,
yeah,
because I like takeaway a lot.
yeah,
So when I have takeaway, I feel nice, feel
Yeah.
really good.
yeah,
But it's like that guilty pleasure that you have from it.
yeah.
Like, I know it's good, but it's not good for me. But it makes you feel good, right? So I think eating is one of the ways that
Okay,
people
fine.
escape their problems.
Yeah.
You know?
Me and Michelle mentioned it in one of the early episodes about that typical American film where you see not being sexist, but
Mm-hmm.
some women who have an issue or a problem, and then they start watching a movie and eating ice cream and crying and
Or chocolate ice cream.
yeah, chocolate ice cream.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we do that, but some men do it as well, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But they won't say.
Yeah, they won't say it.
Yeah.
They say, nah, bro, I don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
see them next minute and takeaway, innit?
No, our version is takeaway. Theirs is
Take-
ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah, that's the
Ah.
difference, yeah.
What about men who have a sweet tooth?
They are both. One after the
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so for all the men out there, if you're feeling low, you know what? Go for a takeaway. Go for a nice meal. Save some space for dessert.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite dessert?
I don't know. Cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
cookie dough. Yeah, it's nice.
Sometimes it's on our cravings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's on our cravings. So sometimes cookie dough. Sometimes a bit hungry.
Maybe
We
a
always ask.
waffle.
Yeah. If we've got enough space for a waffle,
Yeah.
depending on how much time we, planning on. If
Yeah,
we set
exactly.
we're gonna meet at 9, then we're gonna eat dinner at 5 and then have enough space for
Exactly.
a waffle.
Yeah,
That's when or
true.
sometimes if we filling up to just a milkshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Depends, yeah.
But let's not go into which places, otherwise, we're not allowed to promote any, unless there's special requests.
Yeah.
So, I've put on one of the pointers. Some people who are listening might turn around and say, these guys don't know what they're talking about. I'm in
Yeah.
a different scenario.
Mhm.
You ever get that? You get some people who say, nah, he won't understand my problem. I'm on a different level, man. I've got so many problems on my, I've got so many things on my shoulders and you don't know, and can't be solved, and kind of brings religion into it.
Yeah.
Like even last week when I mentioned, or when me and Safra were talking, we talked about the hope in Allah as well.
Yeah.
It's haram to lose hope,
Yeah.
and obviously there's a reason for that, right?
Mm.
So having hope in God. But what would you say to those people who can turn around, who may be listening or who may not even be listening, but think, what, I've had a hard day today, I've got this issue. Do you ever get those kind of people?
Some people, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously everybody's problems are different, but I mean, there's so many people in this world that I'm sure somebody else has been through the same thing.
Yeah.
So, there's always similarities in some ways.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, we were saying before about talking to someone, it's therapeutic
Yeah.
over a coffee or dessert or food or whatever.
Yeah.
I think just talking about it helps.
Yeah.
And then you don't need to tell them what the solution is,
Hmm.
but they talk about it, then they go home and they're like, oh yeah, they find the solution themselves. They
Yeah.
just need to get it out of them.
Yeah.
That's-
Some people show it on the spot, don't they?
What's that?
They kind of show that
Mm.
connection and say, you know what, let me open up a bit, and you start talking, and
Yeah.
slowly they can start trusting you and so forth.
Yeah.
But other people, I think, I find that they'll take on the info or the conversation, take it back home, think about it, and then come back to you and say, oh, you remember when we spoke about this and this that day? So I think it depends on every person as an individual, right?
Everybody's different. Like some
Yeah.
people would take it on the spot. Some people would be like, okay, I see what you're saying. Then they go home and they realize that, oh yeah, what you're saying made sense.
Yeah.
So, everybody does it within their own time.
Yeah.
And you have to respect that.
Of course.
Mm.
That's really important, I think. Respecting people's time and their ability to digest things at in their own capability. and
We
that.
can't expect them to understand straight away because they're different. Maybe their thinking is different.
Yeah.
They've been through different experiences. They've been brought up differently.
Yeah.
Like all of us.
Yeah.
So, like we just said, we should respect
Yeah.
their time and all that.
But you know what? I think, alhamdulillah, we've been like good friends for some years now, and I just found that when we chat to each other, I think personally, I've probably told you and mentioned before that it's quite hard to read people sometimes.
Yeah.
what they're thinking, sometimes we misread people's reactions and their kind of their attitude, sometimes we misread it, thinking that, oh, he's probably doesn't want to talk to me, or some people have got things on their minds,
Yeah, it's not their fault. When you look at someone and they just look annoyed or angry, it puts you off. You want to stay away from that person, but really they're just thinking about something, or they've got stuff on their mind, like you just said, or they're stressed about something at work or family issues. But we're very easy to judge and be like, oh, what's his problem? Why is he looking so rude or whatever? I'm not going to speak to him. But it's just he's got stuff on his mind. That's
yeah. I found personally from you, which was quite helpful, was that sometimes I found when we're around, or especially at the mosque, when we're there, maybe I haven't seen you yet, but I always like the fact that you make an effort to come and call me, and I think I've learned to do the same back as well, because what we get is then what we give, right?
But you did it first.
Did I do it
first? So then I noticed it, and then I started making more effort as well, because it was nice.
Yeah,
because it's good, because not everybody does that, they don't ask about anyone. They're like, oh, if I see him next time, then I'll ask about him. But you would maybe send me a message and be like, oh, haven't seen you for a while, is everything okay? And even though everything's okay, I just haven't come to the mosque or wherever because of just other reasons. You still just check, like, oh, okay, is everything okay? And I'll be like, yeah. You'll be like, oh, okay, that's fine then. That at least you're aware,
Yeah, exactly.
So, which is a really good thing.
But not necessarily. Some people, like, I know, alhamdulillah, we both like going to the mosque. It's our interest. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that we actually meet at the mosque. Some people don't like going to the mosque, which is fair enough, right? It's their own time and interests. But I think it's nice if you make an effort for those people outside of the mosque as well. Just catching with friends. Doesn't have to be Muslim. Can be non-Muslims as well. And I think people are already on top of the game anyway. They're probably getting together with their non-Muslims friends as well, which is nice, because that's the point of dawah, isn't it? Our character in that. I think that's a really, really big message out there.
I mean, the important thing is, like, you show your character at work with your friends, Muslim, non-Muslim. When you go out shopping, your character is shown everywhere. So how you behave towards others, people will see that. How you behave, how you talk, and all those other things. I think actions speak louder than words.
Definitely.
You can advise and say stuff, but when you show it, that's when people they see it, and then they understand it more.
Exactly. That's a really good point. Just a couple of minutes. We spoke about looking for contentment in our journey through life. I know me and Michelle touched on this earlier episode as well, about contentment and difference between contentment and happiness. And one of the brothers rang in and gave a really nice point as well. What would you personally feel that brings contentment to yourself?
In terms of contentment, I think it's just being happy, like being with your family, being grateful for the small things. Like having a house, having food every day, having a good friend circle, good family, that could be immediate, external, being able to go out and buy stuff. Some people can't just go out and buy stuff, it's hard for them. But just the fact that we can go out and be like, you know what, I want a packet of chocolates. We can just buy it, we don't have to think or ask anyone. We can be more independent and just go out and do it ourselves. Like I bought a packet of chocolate buttons today. So I didn't have. I'm able to do that, and it's those things we take for granted.
True.
So just the small things, being grateful for the small things in life. I think that's what makes me content.
True. Exactly. I think some people, even looking at that, some people physically are not able to go, which is something we need to be thankful for.
Of course.
Which is a really good point. And some people, you might sound funny to some, but some people financially might not be able to, because they're trying to save money or trying to cut down on costs and that. So even a simple chocolate bar, they'll think twice before spending on that, because there's so many costs and running costs and everything. So even looking at, they're probably, it's better off you going to the pound shop and buying, you get worth your money, isn't it, over there?
Of course.
Maybe £4 for a pound or something.
£4 for a pound,
rather than going, But we're not trying to obviously put down the, the convenience stores. Please do go to them as well. Support them as well. But we've got a few pointers that we want to make. But inshallah, we are going to go for a break in around a minute, and we are going to talk about a few other things in the rest of the show. And so make sure you tune in. do give us a call or a text. So if you want to give us a call on the studio telephone number, it's 01733 602 133, or even text or WhatsApp in 07745 278 978. We'd love to hear your opinions or any ideas you have in regards to what helps you personally. You don't have to give your name, but just coming through and giving us some ideas would be really nice. But inshallah, what we're going to do, we're going to go for a azan break, and then after that we are going to go for a short 4-minute break. Please do tune in. Inshallah, see you in 4 minutes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You're listening to Salam Radio, and it's now time for Maghrib Azan. This Azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
This Azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the show, The Real Me. We just went for a short break over there with Azan, and we are talking today with Mohammad Abbas Walji on work, life and balance, a positive outlook of our journey in this world. We have got cheeky adverts coming on in half a minute, so we're going to go for a 4-minute break again. So it gives you time to put the kettle on and make some tea in these 4 minutes before you join us again. We are going to be talking about some few more topics, but I'm going to leave you in suspense. Inshallah, see you after the break. Please do tune in on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or even on the radio, and see you in 4 minutes, inshallah.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
कोई रत्तियां कमीज़ानी लमाना मारे मामा मिठियां विच जानी।
मेरा नाम मुकद्दस है और कोट मेरा घर है, और ये मेरे लिए किसी जन्नत से कम नहीं। हमारे भी कुछ ख्वाब हैं जिनकी ताबीर को हमें पाना है।
आइए इन बच्चों के ताबनाक मुस्तकबिल के लिए अपना हिस्सा डालिए। अपनी ज़कात, सदकात, खैरात और इमदाद कोट को दीजिए।
UK number 0300 123 7774. Website court.org.uk.
Peterborough just got a whole lot tastier. Five Lads Flame Grilled Peri Peri Chicken is now open. Bring your family and friends to Peterborough's first HMC meat selling restaurant. We are experts in grilled chicken, lamb chops and gourmet lamb and beef burgers. Our healthy options include fresh salads and fresh grilled vegetables. Fresh, clean and healthy grilled food with 4 different flavours: lemon and herb, medium, hot and extra hot. 5-star hygiene rating. Eat in, order and collect, or order for delivery on Deliveroo. Follow 5 Lads Peterborough on Facebook and Instagram. 5 Lads, 15 Cowgate, Peterborough, PE1 1LZ. Call 01733 56 22 87. Open 7 days a week, 12 to 11 p.m.
Al-Murad Tiles. With over 70 stores nationwide, we are now open in Peterborough. Up to 50% discount offers now on. Largest selection of tiles. Full bathroom suites from only £189. Paint, LED lighting, laminate flooring from only £7.99. Over 1,000 designs of wallpaper in stock. We have everything you need. Come and visit us at 193 Fengate, Peterborough, PE1 5BH, or call us on 01733 34 58 47. Al-Murad Tiles, now open.
Had a car accident or an accident at work? Accident specialists are experts in no-win, no-fee accident claims. Leave the hassle to us. Our multilingual settlement experts will manage the entire claims process on your behalf, with nothing to pay up front. We provide services such as credit hire, taxi vehicles, recovery, storage and much more. For full details on our range of services and a free consultation, call us on 01733 555 774 or visit our office at 249 Lincoln Road opposite the NatWest Bank. Accident specialists. Start your successful claim today.
Insure 24/7 is a community-based insurance brokerage offering competitive premiums and a great service. Taxis, properties and businesses, we cover them all. Call us on 01733 856699 or visit our new office at 304 Lincoln Road. Insure 24/7. We've got you covered. Insure 24/7 is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qala an-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Innal ghadaba yufsidu al-imana kama yufsidu as-sabru al-asal. That anger ruins faith just like the aloe plant ruins honey.
رسول الله رسول الله حبيب الله حبيب الله نبي الله.
Assalamu alaikum again, and welcome back to the show, The Real Me. So we've had that break now. We had a 4-minute for the adhan, and we had a 4-minute ad. So that gives us time to gather up our energy, and then we can go full on onto the rest of the topics, inshallah. So today we're talking about work, life, and balance, a positive outlook of our journey in this world. Sorry that it's a repeat, and there's a lot of salams and come back after the break. So before the break, we were just finishing on contentment and our journey in our life. Last time we had a point about contentment and happiness. We had a caller come in, so it'd be nice that whoever is listening at the moment to whoever's listening want to give their opinion or even feedback, either the question or even comments. You can text or WhatsApp in on 07745 278 978, or you can call in live on the studio 01733 602 133. We always talk about this, and which is our next point, and being productive and making use of our time.
Yeah.
So when you talk about being productive, just before the show, you said to me that you were up since 6 a.m.
Yeah, I was
in the morning.
Yeah,
which is quite an early start.
Yeah.
Some people, I think, enjoy the early night, early to rise, or other people enjoy the late night,
late rise.
Yeah. So I think it depends on your personality and preference.
Yeah.
But what do you think of productivity? What do you mean by being productive? Do you have to be doing something meaningful? What is playing a video game being productive?
Well, no, but playing a video game is more to do with giving yourself me time, like we were saying before. But being productive is just things like maybe cleaning your room, getting house chores done.
Yeah.
Maybe exercising.
Yeah.
Doing things that you should be doing that you procrastinate about so much. If that's tidying your drawer that you've been meaning to do for a long time, you finally do it in that day. Just things like that, really.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a lot more, but those are just some things.
How would you push yourself though? Because sometimes we say, we always talk about, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but what if you're living by yourself, or you're living with family, and family doing their own thing, mom, dad, brother, sister, missus, and so forth, but how would you push yourself?
You could say that, okay, if I do this task, then I'll get an hour of playing a video game, or I'll treat myself to this, or something like that. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just feel in the mood to do it, so I do it. But obviously it depends, but I think that could be one way of motivating yourself, maybe rewarding yourself for doing that small thing. That could be.
Do you remember that workshop that we went to just maybe a couple of months ago, and the facilitator was talking about when they wake up early in the morning, and they do this for like 5 a.m. start, the 5 o'clock club. And they were saying that they take like 2 minutes earthing. When they go out on the grass and they go into earthing, so feeling
feel the earth.
And then maybe doing a few press ups and that, because it's quite easy to do at home, isn't it? Press ups, how long do you don't need anything. I was looking at an article just a couple of days ago about bodyweight exercises. You don't need the gym to actually do these exercises, and making use of your being productive with what you've got.
You have the tools already.
Exactly. And it's quite good, isn't it? Like these press ups, pull ups, chin ups, and different kind of press ups, squats, running on
dips.
the spot, dips, exactly. So I think that's really nice. But even when it comes to, I think some people, I don't personally like reading myself that much. I like reading a little bit. But if it's like articles, I don't tend to. I try to read some books if I find that I can actually focus on it and think, oh my god, that's a really good book. But I like to read some articles and things like that. It's more like more interesting, a bit more practical. It's quite short and sweet.
I think it's bite-sized. So
stuff.
then you can just read it quickly, and that's it, and you got that information.
People like bite-sized stuff, right?
But it's like YouTube videos or videos in general. If there's a 2-minute clip, I'll be like, it's only 2 minutes, I can watch that. But if it says 1 hour and 5 minutes, I'll be like, nah, that's too long. Then I'll move on to something else. So if it's short, such as 2 minutes or 1 minute, then you feel like watching it. Otherwise, you don't. This is not for everyone, obviously. This is just personally. I find it difficult to force myself to listen to that 1 hour speech or lecture, whatever it is.
So bite-sized stuff, isn't it? So this is kind of like a hint or an idea for those WhatsAppers, that like to forward videos and that, send bite-sized stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Just a minute or something.
Yeah, like a minute or maybe 2-3 minutes long. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Linking productivity to self-confidence, self-confidence and building it up. Some people lack a bit of self-confidence.
Yeah.
You know, they do feel a bit intimidated sometimes. Or I know that we were talking about some sessions that you've been to, even if not being in UK, even when you went to Mombasa in East Africa, you went to an LDB course.
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
it? I was recently I saw on a poster about the LDB course, but I didn't get in time to sign up for it.
Oh.
What were you doing in the LDP course though? How did it help you personally?
It made me go out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So they said like to the group that who has a fear of public speaking. So I said I do, and they're like, all right, you'll be doing a speech then. So I was like, I thought it was just they were just asking generally.
Yeah.
But the point of it is to know who has that fear, and they just want to demolish that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did a speech for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I asked the facilitator at the end of the speech that how did you think it went? He goes, you did a really good job. And I was quite surprised that I did such a good job, because I don't like giving speeches.
Yeah.
So it would teach you like how to get out of your comfort zone and just how to become a leader, not just a leader for people, but a leader for yourself.
Yeah.
Sort of you become more in charge.
Yeah.
You know, you lead yourself.
Yeah.
So
but sometimes that drive doesn't exist in some people. They don't have the drive.
What, to lead themselves?
Yeah, to lead themselves or even push themselves to do things.
Maybe they just need to speak to people who are, it could either be their friends, someone who they can look up to, who they can speak to, and just get ideas and inspiration from, who can sort of help guide them.
Yeah.
You know, and then they can sort of set off in their own direction. You know, they're not there to sort of give them all the answers, but just to assist them, sort of thing. And that can sort of help them, you know, get that courage to go forward, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
That's what I think.
But I mean, for those people that, for those who like want to speak to someone, sometimes we find that the answer's right under our nose.
Yeah.
It could be our own family member.
No, I think that's your moustache.
Took my moustache. But what would you say in regards to, for those people that we don't even, some people are around us, we don't realize, we don't go actually into what their skill set is.
Yeah.
Some people have that, the ability, you know, even if it be our siblings, sometimes, you know, so you do learn from people younger than us as well, innit?
Yeah, of
like
course.
Even when it comes to children, and, you know, I've mentioned this before on the show as well, like when I teach at madrasa, I learn so much from little kids. And I think, oh my God, you know, just because we've grown up doesn't mean that we know everything. We learn so much from younger kids, and I really, really enjoy that. I really take them some time out. I know one of the kids mentioned, this was really beautiful. A couple of kids said, they said to me, sir, you know, we've got this friend who's a bit naughty, but he's not naughty. He's just sometimes does things for a reason, because he's got problems at home. But he's really good at heart.
Yeah.
And we try and help him and be his friend, and we try and explain to him, as you know, in a really nice way. And I thought to myself, is it that simple? Really? Is it that simple? Can we actually? Can I really do that? And you can.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes because we're growing up, so many things, we're going through so many phases in our life.
Yeah.
From uni to getting married, to getting into a job, to having children. You know, and even for those who have got children and now have got grandchildren, you know, we lose that connection.
Yeah.
You know, that connectivity that we have between each other, and we sometimes think, nah, he won't understand.
Yeah.
But people do understand.
People do understand.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I think sometimes giving it a go, looking at the right time and place, and also facing things. So I know that if you've got an issue, I think that it's not necessarily about going head on about solving a problem, say, no, I don't like that, let me just get on with it, and just face it, and, you know, face reality, and, you know, solve the problem. It's sometimes looking at different ways what suits other people. You know, some people will find that crying might help.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe. Yeah,
we talked about last week as well about, you know, men, and especially looking at males as well. And them crying as well. Do you think that men sometimes need a good cry?
I think so, but it's seen as a sign of weakness, isn't it, for men?
Yeah.
That men can't cry. But sometimes you just need to get it out, don't you? You need to get it out of your system, and I think it's a good way to release all that baggage. You know, all that stress or sadness.
Maybe a good idea is to maybe watch, like, you know, with like your missus or by yourself, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum.
Yeah, I like
just
that
provoke
movie.
that and just say,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's such an emotional story, and then kind of get your.
But you're not crying about the movie. You're crying about
crying
something
yourself.
else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one way.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
that's a good idea. Yeah.
I'm sure some men have some tactics as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Maybe they can text it in or WhatsApp it in. Some good tactics on having a good cry and that.
Yeah.
But I think some people who do differ in their character, maybe they looked at weak, or maybe looked at soft as well.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being soft-hearted, is it?
No, I think
some people are soft-hearted. Doesn't mean that, in school we used to call people like a wussy or things like that. And you used to get kind of people down. But people's nature is like that, and they're not necessarily weak people. I've seen that myself. I've seen some people who are soft-hearted, but they're really, really strong inside. They're very driven and very willed, and I think that's really important. For those who aren't driven, I think looking at being organized with yourself, and like you said, cleanliness is godliness, right? So being clean, obviously looking after yourself, and like, mashallah, you got some gel on your hair right now, so you're looking quite nice.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about putting the headphones on properly so that it doesn't affect your.
I was a bit worried.
Yeah. And I mean, it's nice. Like, people like to look after the image, and it's nice, recently I saw, I think on Instagram there was an advert about the beard straighteners.
Oh yeah.
So the hair straightener, you get a beard straightener.
Beard straightener.
Beard straightener. Where they straighten the beard. And
I see. Yeah.
And I think, wow, that's something new that's come out. But it's good. It's nice to look reputable. And
it's just a way of keeping yourself hygienically clean.
Yeah.
And I think the way you present yourself to other people shows a lot about you.
Yeah.
It shows that you care about yourself, that you are important.
Yeah.
So then it gives a good impression to others. They feel like, oh, this guy's confident. He cares about himself.
Yeah.
So they sort of know that if I'm out of line, he will defend himself.
Yeah.
It shows that impression. But if you come a bit scruffy, or maybe you don't really care about your self-image that much, sometimes it can give a different impression to someone. And it doesn't mean that, if you don't shave or you're a bit scruffy, that you don't care about yourself. But I'm just saying that for some people it can give that impression to other people.
Yeah. Definitely.
And that's how they treat you.
That's
exactly how they behave with you.
Yeah. Your looks, how you groom yourself, and how you look after yourself, and smells as well, right? When you go past someone and you say, wow, he smells nice. You think, I actually asked some work colleagues, I said, what aftershave are you wearing? Gives me an idea. Some of them smell really nice, and I love my perfumes as well. One of the brothers I was talking to, I won't mention his name because you might not like it, but he's a lovely guy, and I was speaking to him, and if he's listening, he might know who it is. But he was saying, in some cultures, people judge you according to your watch and your shoes.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
I always go to, whenever I can, I always go and pop by him, because he's got a shop in Peterborough, and I like chatting with him, and it's really, really nice. Time goes really quick, but I love, whenever I go past him, I always say hello to him. And I think it's just that he gives that time to me, and it's, I learned something new from him. And he said to me this as well. He goes, in some cultures they look at your watch and your shoes and they judge you.
Wow.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Just looking at your watch and your shoes, what you're wearing. So what watch are you wearing?
Seconda.
It's a shame that people can't see our shoes, but maybe I don't want to stick our legs up and show our shoes what we're wearing. But image is really important, even for self confidence.
Yeah, definitely.
And looking the look. I know that some guys go for a haircut every week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Costly, innit?
Yeah,
but it depends.
Yeah, it depends on the person. If you want to do that, then fair enough. I mean, it's your self image. It's your choice.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, then fair enough. But I would only take my haircut every month minimum.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it every week. But that's me. Yeah. Everyone's different.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just kind of switching back to the self-development, and we were speaking about looking after yourself and me time and so forth. I put a pointer that I thought it'd be nice to discuss, and that is accepting what comes towards us and making use of problems as opportunities. I know that whilst we were on the break, you mentioned you're going to talk about living in the now.
Yeah.
What were you going to say about that?
Just had a few points on it. Like, I feel like it's quite important to live in the present, because then you're not worrying about the past, which is already gone, which you can't change. It's already done. And you're not worrying about the future, which hasn't even come.
Yeah.
And you're not worrying about something, a problem that may come or not come. You know, you're just enjoying the moment right now. Like, we're here on the radio station, you know, speaking about this. We're just enjoying it, you know, rather than worrying about what's going to come and what's happened.
Yeah.
You're just enjoying the moment, you know. So I try and do that. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But when I try and do that, it does help a lot.
Yeah.
Because then you're not worried about everything else.
Yeah.
You're just enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
With what you're doing now, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite important.
Someone said, like, having this balance, you know, when we have a little bit of worry is good, because it kind of pushes you. You know, you can. But I think over worrying. Some people over worry, don't they? And I think especially it's easy to say, but I know some parents do that when you've got young children as well. They worry a lot about them and about their routine. But for those who aren't married, or you know, who haven't got children, that they also go through worries as well. They work about worries about work or education, you know, about studies, parents, family members, siblings, friends, and so forth. Do you think sometimes we worry about problems? So we think, I don't want to get that problem. We kind of fear it, don't we?
You fear the problem.
Yeah, we fear like a calamity is going to happen. And sometimes that's to do with anxiety as well.
Yeah.
Some people feel anxious or on the edge as well. What would you say to those people who are actually like that? How do you actually deal with it? I mean, I know everyone's got their own way of dealing with it. What would you say, just a few pointers to kind of handle yourself?
Just to, like I said, live in the now. And I think one way of helping yourself do that, just in my opinion, is meditation. Meditation is a good way of doing it, because it sort of helps you focus on the present.
Yeah.
You know, focuses your mind. Even if it's just 5-10 minutes, if you do it regularly, it can help you slowly. And just, you know, appreciating everything that you have, and just being grateful for things, small things, you know, things like that. Then I think you find it easier to sort of deal with things if they come.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times that those things that you worry about don't even happen.
Yeah.
And it's just us thinking about them.
Yeah.
Gives us that stress and anxiety or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly.
So we put ourselves through so much for nothing.
And sometimes when it does happen, we're okay through it.
Yeah, we manage.
Exactly, we manage.
Yeah.
I think just our survival skills, and, you know, alhamdulillah, it's really good for us as a monotheistic religion.
Yeah.
You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts us into or allows for us to be in different scenarios or situations, but we work our way through it.
Yeah.
So that's really, really good. You know, talking about being grateful, I read somewhere that if I'm not mistaken, it says in the Quran as well that Allah says that if you're grateful, then He will give you more. Yeah. And I think, you know, I was telling my dad the other day that, you know, in our eyelid there's a muscle that if that muscle stops working, our eyelid closes.
Oh,
can you believe it?
Yeah.
Being grateful is such a small thing that we take advantage of.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a small muscle in our top eyelid that if it stops working, our eyelid closes. We'd have to physically push it up. That's how small it is.
Yeah.
And another thing I read about was that even Allah gives us our rizq. Even for there's a story about a blind fish at the bottom of the ocean. Even they're getting their rizq from others as well. Another fish or another animal comes and feeds them as well.
Yeah.
But that's really, really important. I know I've checked out a few things out there.
Yeah.
About the gratefulness and accepting what comes towards us, as well as appreciating what we have in our life. What do you think of communication and our interaction in society? So when we, you know, it's important to keep good communication.
Yeah.
Within, you know, because that's for those people, it may be something major in our job, like customer service roles, or even professionals, doctors, dentists, pharmacists, and so forth.
Yeah.
Or even for those people who have other jobs as well. And some people are face on, talking to people face to face, or some people are behind in the office, maybe on the phones or emails and so forth. What would you say about keeping good communication with everyone?
I think just respect others, be polite, be kind, be friendly, and I find that most people are very friendly, very polite. You will get the odd few who are a bit like aggressive, maybe get angry, but the thing is that doesn't mean that it's anything to do with you. It's to do with them. It's because of their own issues in life, and they just take it out on someone that they see next.
Yeah.
When they go out, they just take it out on them because they're the next person that they see, and they just want to get out the aggression. So they'll use any excuse to get it out on you or someone else.
Yeah.
But I find that as long as you respect others, they will respect you. If you show respect, you'll get that back. But if you show aggression or anger, you'll probably get that back as well.
Yeah.
So it's just what you give out is what you get. You know, it just generally, I mean. So.
You know, I was looking on Instagram as well. There's a picture of a man shouting at a lady. It looks like he was the employer and she was the employee.
Yeah.
And he said, just because someone shows a kind of negative portrayal may not be your fault. It could be something wrong with them.
Exactly, yeah.
You know?
That's it.
And sometimes some people who may be a bit sensitive, or maybe soft-hearted, take things a bit seriously.
They may blame themselves.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Has something to do with me.
But that's not good, isn't it? Self-blame.
No, of course not.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a two-way thing as well. For someone having a go at you.
I mean, if you feel, okay, it could be my fault, then you'd be like, okay, fine. You know, if it was my fault, then I admit that. But then you got to look at, is there something maybe that's on his part as well?
Yeah.
Look at both sides. It's important. You know, it's important to admit when you're wrong. You don't want to like deny if you're wrong. If you've made a mistake, then you made a mistake. It happens. But as long as you're not just blaming yourself wholly, and it's just not, and you know it's not just you. You got to look at both parties, like you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
what do you think of self-reflection and self-analysis? You know, because we're encouraged in Islam as well.
Yeah.
When it says like looking when at the end of the day before you go to sleep, just spending a bit of time and reflecting on your deeds as well. I think self-analysis and self-reflection is really important. Like to say, there's these people always mention that 1 hour of self-reflection is better than
70 years worth of worship.
Exactly.
Worship.
Yeah. What would you say? Like some people, when they say about reflection, I know that you mentioned about meditation before, and you also told me about guided meditation. So it guides you on what to kind of. But how do you kind of lead yourself into the self-reflection? What should we be thinking about?
Just think about how your day's gone, I guess. Just what you've been up to that day. How was things at work? Who did you interact with? What did you do? How did you behave? How did you behave with your parents, your sister, your brother, your friends, your neighbors? Just your interactions. What do you remember from them? How was your behavior? Was it respectful? Was it not respectful? Was it good? Was it bad? What good things did you do that day? What things were not so good? How can you improve them? Things like that. I mean, I don't do it very regularly, but there are times where I do think about those things, like my day and how it's gone and my experiences with people. So I think that's a good way of self-analyzing and helping yourself become better for the following day or the following week. So I think that's a good way.
Yeah, brilliant. It doesn't have to be necessarily at the end of the day.
No.
Some people do it in the middle of the day as well, in their lunch break.
I think anytime you feel comfortable. Because like we said, everyone is different. Everyone has their own preference. So if you want to do it end of the day before you go to sleep, then people would generally do that. But if not, you want to do it at lunchtime. You want to do it first thing in the morning. You want to do first thing in the morning about the previous day. You can do that. So I think there's no right or wrong way. It's completely up to you what you're comfortable with, because at the end of the day, we're all different people and we have different ways of doing things. So if one thing works for you, it may not work for someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's completely up to you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, excellent. Just want to finish off when we were talking about, we'll go back right to the beginning and we'll talk about balance. What would you say that, how do you keep yourself balanced? How do you keep yourself, how do you keep yourself sane?
Sane. Well, I think, like I was saying before, like have time for yourself.
Yeah.
Give time to your family, friends, relatives, but also make sure that you don't neglect your duties.
Yeah.
So like duty could be work. Work is important, so you have to make sure that you give that importance because it's your income. You need to earn money for yourself and your family. So that's one duty.
Yeah.
Doing chores around the house, like it's not a big favorite of people. Like people, I mean, generally like doing chores around the house is a bit like you don't want to do it, but you know you have to. So you get those things done, like washing the dishes, washing the clothes, hoovering your room, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Make sure your duties are done, but at the same time, don't neglect yourself. So make sure you have time for yourself, be it meditation, playing a game, watching Netflix, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Make sure that you don't neglect that part as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. Mohammad, thank you so much for joining me today and take your time out. Inshallah, join me again for another show next week, next Monday, same time, 7 p.m. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.